Hey everyone, Better Skates here. You also know me as Doll's Glass Angel and stuff like that. But I want to do something kinda to blow your mind about the constellations, since they always seem to shift. Like these in the processions, the stars always seem to shift because they're constantly moving. Okay, the sun moves around the galaxy. Of course, they're gonna shift their own shape. So historically, there's been stars that are brighter than before. So I'm gonna start off with the constellation that we definitely know of, Ursa Major, and I'm gonna tell you what it looks like in the future. Okay? So in the past, like Ursa Major used to look like this 100,000 years ago. As you can see, it looks lots more like Dorado, that constellation. This asterism, this main asterism. Merak is all the way over there. Duby is right there. Alkaid is way over there. But what will it look like in the future? Well, let me blow your mind. Okay, so this is what it looks like 100,000 years in the future. Duby looks so jetted right over there. And Alkaid is like right over there. It used to be jetted all the way back in the day, but now it's moving towards this. It's like this constellation is still recognizable, but just it still looks like a spoon, but it's like a bent spoon. Soon the constellation will be completely unrecognizable. Ursa Minor, this is what it will look like in the future. It's still gonna kind of resemble a Little Dipper, but Kokab and Furkad is like basically they just switch places. All right. Want me to really blow your mind? Let's check out the other constellations. Let's take a look at Canis Major, for example. All right, you would know this constellation because that's where Sirius is at. All right. The brightest star in the night sky. All right, if you haven't heard of that, I feel pretty sorry for you. Like, seriously, seriously, okay. But the constellation didn't always look like this, and Sirius wasn't always that color of the dog. So let's see what it looked like 100,000 years ago. As you could see, much of Canis Major has had its own shape. Farad is around here. Right there, Adara, Wizon, Aludra, we're around here, so, and Mirzam is right there, so it would have continued its shape, except Sirius is all the way over there. Look at this. Look, Sirius is way over there. It's much more north than it is right now. Like, it's even more north than the constellations like Betelgeuse and stuff, Orion. Like, this is what Orion looks like 100,000 years, still very familiar to its shape. That's because a lot of the stars are further away. Alright? Like, and they're pretty bright too, so, but the thing is, Orion's gonna be recognizable for about maybe another 100,000 years, even another 100,000 years, probably 300,000 years until it completely gets disfigured. Orion's gonna last longer because it's a much further away constellation. But its bow, like T-Jet, is already jetted right over there. So, 100,000 years in the future, Orion's still gonna keep its familiar shape, but Bellatrix is definitely like moving further down, like. But Canis Major, right there. But first, as you can see, that... Wow. Okay, that's the Wizon right there. That's Adara. Alright, so it's right over there. But Sirius is all the way down there. Alright. Sirius is gonna continue to move further down. That's not to the point where even as high as part of Procession, it can't be seen in much of the United Kingdom. But Orion kept most of its shape. At least we got that. But what other constellations should we look at? Okay, so this is another famous constellation, the Crux, right there. You got Acrux, Mimosa, Gacrux. Those are like the southern constellations right there that you can only see when you're close to the equator or much south of it. And there you have Rigel Kentaurus, our closest star, Rigel Kentaurus and Ptolemy, and Hadar right there. The Crux is a very recognizable constellation, so is Centaurus and Lupus. So let's examine on these three constellations. So, 100,000 years ago, this is what it looked like. Pretty disfigured, may I say, but Hadar still remains close to the Crux, which looks a lot like this. Way thinner, and Mimosa is like... Okay, Mimosa is like closer to A Crux than it is to Gat Crux. But Rigel Kentaurus and Ptolemy is all the way over there. See, there's Achernar right there for a reference point where Achernar is. It's all the way over there. And guess where it is in the future? Oh boy. So this is what the Crux looks like in the future. Already completely unrecognizable. Okay, what is this? Yeah, A Crux. You're gonna see it as a double star in 100,000 years in the future. That's where you're gonna see it. Like Mimosa, right there. Gat Crux is all the way over there. Alright, like... And Hadar... Like, so Hadar is right there, but Rigel Kentaurus and Ptolemy, look where it's at. No, seriously. It's jetted all the way to Arcturus. Butes. Arcturus is jetted all the way down there in the future. This is what Butes would look like 100,000 years in the future. But let's go another step. Argo Navis. The famous Argo Navis would still hold its shape pretty damn well, but Sirius is way more closer to Canopus around this much in the future. Eridanus is all messed up. Oh boy. Capella, move further south. It used to be like North Pole stars. Like Perseus, yeah, it's still kind of recognizable. Still kind of a survivor constellation, but Scorpius. This is what Scorpius would look like in the future right there. Sagittarius, right there. Right there. Sagittarius is all the way down there. Look at this. Nunki is right there, is right like this. The Grus constellation right there. Phoenix. Like, am I right? Is this... Yeah, Anka right there. Achernar. But yeah, these are like the few survivor constellations. Orion, Perseus, Auriga's kind of can make out its shape. Ursa Major can kind of make out its shape. Ursa Minor can kind of make out its shape. Draco is completely messed up. Cygnus, look at this. Lyra is just completely disfigured. Look at this. What? Andromeda, Pegasus. Look at that. There's a lot of constellations. I can't even tell what they are. Like, what is this? Yeah, that's Sculptor. But yeah, look at that. Fomalhaut would be right there. Like Piscis Austrinus already just completely disfigured. But yeah, you'll really see now how these disfigured. Triangulum Austral. Alright, this is what Triangulum Austral would look like in the future. Like, Lupus is already like merged in, meshed or whatever, merged in with Scorpius. You see right there. Muscae. Amazingly, it kept out its shape. Muscae. Chameleon, yeah, it's seen better days. Look at that. And Sirius being all the way close to the south. Like, look at this. So far away from Orion. You can't... And, like, even Procyon is where Sirius is at. Look at that. Gemini. Look how completely disfigured Gemini is. Look at this. Just look at this. You see? Chufus right there. This is the house looking constellation. Really bent and looks like it's been hit by a tornado. Alright, let's Certe. Okay. Okay, I wanna where the hell is Cassiopeia? Completely unrecognizable. Like, look at this. Amazingly, Camelopardalis still kept its shape mostly. But you wouldn't really recognize it from the sky anyways, because it's so faint. Look at this. You see, look at this. See how it goes? Leo, completely unrecognizable. Agiba is all the way over there, right next to Denebola. Look at this. You'll see now that the sky, the constellations are now just a shadow of its former self, completely disfigured. Like, you're gonna have to update constellation information as we go far into the future. This is how it's gonna go. So, this is how it's gonna go. But yeah, you see right there. Ophiuchus. Like, okay, the zodiac constellations. Eta Scorp. Larawag. Okay. Achernar was all the way over there. But yeah, you can see it now. See how everything's changed.